Tonight on KGW News, a Portland mother who spent 100 days in ICE detention shares her story for the first time.
I was telling them, hey, I have a status. Why you guys are keeping me here so long?
Plus, the newly released evidence that takes us inside the cockpit when a former pilot tried to shut down a plane's engines over Oregon.
Guys, and we need to make an emergency landing.
So we've got weather impact alerts for next week. There'll be some rain this weekend, but not nearly as heavy as coming Tuesday and Wednesday.
And later, Washington Sheriff's deputies bust in the window of a burning truck just in time to pull the driver out.
Come on, your truck's on fire, get out!
We begin with breaking news here at 11. A domestic disturbance ended with a suspect in critical condition after deputies shot them in Wilsonville. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich. The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office says it all started after 5:30 this evening with a report of a disturbance involving a moving vehicle near Southwest Stafford Road and 65th Avenue. Now that's near Wilsonville. When deputies stopped the car, they say the suspect charged at them with an axe. That's when they fired. The deputies weren't hurt, but the suspect was taken to the hospital. The two Clackamas County Sheriff's deputies involved were contracted to the Wilsonville Police Department. They are both on paid leave as the investigation runs its course. And more breaking news, this time in Portland. A pedestrian was killed tonight in a crash involving two vehicles. It happened just before 7:20 on North Columbia Boulevard near Hearst Way. Police say both drivers stayed on scene. Investigators want any other witnesses to reach out to them. And we are stepping outside for a moment on this Friday night, looking out from our Rose City Sky Cam. About 54 degrees out there. We had a decent amount of rain earlier today, though, but much more on the way. To help get us ready for all of it, Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino here now with a first look at some weather impact alert days that are ahead. Matt.
Hey, Christine, that's right. The weekend will have some rain, but it's really next week. Later Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday when we are really concerned about the amount of rain that we're going to get. So Tuesday and Wednesday, weather impact alert days, possible flooding and landslides. Make sure you clear your storm drains. Get ready to slow down on the roads. There could be ponding and low-lying intersections, spots on the roads, a lot of spray, and have a plan just in case you get some flooding or even some random power outages. Now, for the weekend, not nearly as dramatic. In fact, the rainfall tomorrow, only about 1/10 of an inch. So really not that much. There's a slight chance of a thunderstorm. We'll pick up a little bit more on Sunday at about 1/4 to 3/10 of an inch. It's after Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's the crux of the matter when we're going to see the heavy rain as not one, but two atmospheric rivers take aim right at the northwest. Specifically, it looks like northwest Oregon, although this may fluctuate up and down throughout Oregon and Washington as we go through that period. Portland right now, though, it's been a really nice night. We're in the 50s, and it's not been raining since this afternoon. We had that heavier rain this morning, but we've had several 6-8 hours of dry weather now, and it continues for the next few hours. But for the weekend, we'll get some light rain on and off Saturday and Sunday. The heavy rain begins Monday night, continues into Wednesday. Again, the potential for debris flows, landslides, and of course some flooding all on the docket. So we'll keep track of that. I'll show you these rainfall amounts. They've come down a little bit, but still very impressive. Christine?
Yeah, we'll check back in with you later. Thank you, Matt. New tonight, this is the moment a Portland mother saw her kids for the first time after spending 100 days in ICE custody. Now we're hearing the story in her words for the first time. Alma McCarty spoke with Jackie Merlos a little more than a month after her release about the conditions inside the Tacoma facility, the return to her kids, and what she calls the ongoing fight.
October 27th in Tacoma, Washington. The day Jackie Merlos was finally freed from ICE detention.
Have been a huge relief. Still hard, because my other half is not here.
Her husband, Carlos, who was also held for a time in the same facility, was deported to Honduras.
He just misses us. We never separated before. We were a happy family.
Her 4 American-born children overjoyed to have their mom back home, months after they too were detained by Customs and Border Protection for weeks after a trip to Peace Arch Park along the U.S.-Canadian border.
Kids think that the mom and dad are heroes, and that we are so strong and we don't cry. I was trying not to cry in front of them, even knowing that it was so hard, and telling them that take day by day.
Mimi Letnich, Jackie's close friend, has been taking care of them since the summer.
They are not the happy kids that they were before then. They have changed so much, and Mimi knows that.
It's stripped some of the innocence, you know? It's terrible.
Despite a federal judge terminating proceedings to deport her, Jackie tells me there is still fear, calling her experience inside the ICE facility as dehumanizing and difficult.
They don't treat you like a human being. They treat you more than a criminal.
She tried to stay strong for the other women in her cell, including her own mother.
We both hope each other, you know. I wasn't allowed to cry in front of my mom because I had to be for her. So I just, when I was praying, I was crying. Or at nighttime when I was hearing my mom snoring. Say, this is my time, I'm gonna cry.
Still processing her 100+ days as a detainee, Jackie says she'll continue to speak out, a voice for all families broken by immigration policies.
They take your emotion, they take your dream, they wanna take everything out of you. You know, on top of what you have been going through, we need to speak up. This can change if we do something.
Jackie, her children, and her mother were first detained by CBP back in June as they alleged she was smuggling undocumented immigrants into the country. A federal judge ultimately terminated her removal proceedings. Although not a U.S. citizen, Jackie's been in the U.S. for more than 2 decades with a pending U visa. Christine.
Appreciate the follow-up. Thank you, Alma. To a developing story now. Vancouver police are investigating after a family says ICE agents ran over their loved one while he was being arrested. A warning, we have cell phone video of what unfolded, and it may be difficult to watch. Thursday afternoon on 4th Plain near Z Street in Vancouver, witnesses captured 2 silver SUVs with what appear to be masked federal agents between them.
They just immediately went, broke his window, got him out of the car, dragged him to the ground.
Carmen Paniagua says the agents were detaining her brother-in-law, Jose. While he was still on the ground, you can see the SUV on the right start to drive away and hit a bump. Then you hear screams.
They're hurting him.
Like when we heard his scream, that broke all of us, and I'm pretty sure that even the people that are not his family felt bad.
Seconds later, officers pick him up and put him in the back of the other vehicle.
Oh my God.
So we honestly think it might have broke or something because you can see how it twisted and how painful it was.
They're worried Jose was never taken to the hospital before being transferred to the ICE detention facility in Tacoma. Paniagua and her husband visited the detention center on Friday. They weren't able to speak to Jose, but were told he was in the medical unit. The family did not want to comment on Jose's legal status, but says he is not a criminal.
We want justice for him. We want them to be accountable for what they did to him because no human should be treated worse than an animal.
Vancouver police say after they were told someone may have been hit by a car, they launched an investigation. We've also reached out to Immigration and Customs Enforcement for some clarity and answers, but so far, no response. Meanwhile, local and federal leaders weighed in today after KGW uncovered job postings suggesting a federal contractor is looking to hire staff to open an ICE detention facility in Portland. The listings posted Tuesday show Acuity International is seeking applicants for a warden, security manager, and other jobs. The address given, the airport. Though right now it's unclear if ICE is planning to open a new facility. We had a chance to ask Senator Ron Wyden about it tonight.
We're not going to have an airport Alcatraz. We can't get to the bottom of this thus far, but I'm not sure this is even real. We've been trying to track down the phone numbers and the like.
Portland currently has an ICE processing facility on the south waterfront, but the closest detention center is in Tacoma. Mayor Keith Wilson also told us today that he has no information on a detention center moving in.
Yeah, we got this. The jump seater went nuts on us. He tried to shut our engines off.
For the first time, we are hearing audio from the cockpit and seeing dash cam footage after a former Alaska Airlines pilot tried to shut a plane's engines down. Last month, a federal judge sentenced Joseph Emerson to credit for time served and 3 years of supervised release. After last month's hearing, we submitted a public records request for the entire case file, including police reports, audio, and video. Here's investigative reporter Kyle Aboshi.
Newly released dashcam footage, photos, videos, and police reports help reconstruct the in-flight emergency when a former Alaska Airlines pilot tried to shut down the engines of a passenger plane in October of 2023. Horizon Flight 2059 was headed from Everett to San Francisco when off-duty pilot Joseph Emerson, riding in the jump seat, tried to pull the fire suppression handles. This is audio from the melee in the cockpit.
What's that? What's wrong? You want to be home? Sorry. Hey! What's going on? Huh? Hey, Horizon, we need to make an emergency landing.
I'm sorry, who was that?
That's Horizon 2059. We've got a jump seater just trying to shut our engines off. We need to go direct to Portland now.
Throttle.
The flight crew averted catastrophe and safely landed at Portland International Airport. Emerson was taken into custody, hauled off the airplane, then interrogated by police.
Hey man, so what's going on?
I'm having a nervous breakdown.
Okay.
I don't really know why.
Emerson told investigators he'd taken psychedelic mushrooms 2 days before the incident and hadn't slept in 48 hours.
So were you trying to kill yourself?
I was trying to wake up.
Trying to wake up.
Because I don't feel like this is real. Or I didn't feel like it's real.
Okay.
And
So when did you finally notice that this was real?
when I saw the look on people's faces when you guys brought me out.
Last month, a federal judge sentenced Emerson to time served and 3 years of supervised release. The judge said the case offers a cautionary tale, not just about air safety, but the dangers of hallucinogenic drugs. Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.